What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Hsu.
.com, and we are here for Denzel Washington in The Equalizer 2.
The second Equalizer movie from Antoine Fuqua. A movie that seemed like to get a lot of attention when it came out. You know, The Equalizer was a movie that I wasn't particularly crazy about. I thought it was okay.
Did you ever watch the TV show?
No,
Me either. Never heard of it.
That was before my time. Yeah. And you know, most of the time everyone's always like, "Oh, that was before your time," and I always get insulted because, like, you know, one of my emphasis is in silent film, so I've seen things probably before their time. But no, The Equalizer was a show that I never watched and never really even heard about. But you know, everyone was kind of talking about it when the movie came out, and I was watching the movie, and I was like, oh, this is fine, right? Like, obviously, we want to put Denzel in something where he could kind of be a badass. This is following the Liam Neeson Taken train, and like, and it's okay. It's but not even so much. Yeah, that now see, that's a movie I'd like to see Denzel in.
Denzel
John Wilkes
fight. Oh, John Wilkes, got it.
But no, but like, obviously, you have Liam Neeson, an older actor who manages to kick a lot of ass on the big screen.
Those.
And so they're like, why not Denzel? You know, like, let's give him an opportunity to kind of kick some ass on screen. And I think he does a good job. I just don't think the stories are so great. So I was hoping The Equalizer 2 would switch that up. What did you think walking out of Equalizer Dose?
Really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's up there with the first one. The first one I really enjoyed it. He's a BA and he does his thing. And then this one they gave him, I think they were more violent in this one, right? This one they're a
little bit more ruthless.
I don't know.
From what I remember, that's the thing though, like, I don't really have a great foundation of memory of the first movie. Like, it didn't leave that impression.
I only watched it that one time, that's the truth. Yeah, the first one. And this one, I'm sure I'll just watch it this one time.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it, honestly. These films, I enjoy these type of films, and Denzel, I thought he was a BA, and I liked it. And
yeah.
There's nothing
Does it, like, outweigh John Wick? I mean, you compared it to John Wick, so did you see this, like, as a competitor? Did you like it more than John Wick, or do you dig what more John Wick does?
You know, the first John Wick I loved.
Yeah.
And I saw that a few times. The second John Wick, I only watched it that one time. And that's the truth, because all I can see him doing is this cartwheel.
Yeah, the same thing. He does do that one move, literally. And it's so weird, because in the first movie he doesn't. He does so much more. But in the second movie, it's always the arm bar, the arm takedown. So
it does the somersault, but yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but obviously talking like about John Wick in comparison, there was just so much great world building in that movie. There's so much more to branch off and kind of get into. Where The Equalizer just seems very familiar. I mean, I think there are some really great action pieces in this movie. You also have Melissa Leo, an actress who I'm just a huge fan of and always enjoy seeing her on screen.
Which one's that one?
She played Susan.
The older lady?
She was in the first movie. You know, anytime she's in anything.
Oh, was she in the first one?
She worked in...
I don't even remember.
She worked with him, Denzel, also in Flight. Ooh. She was also in that, and you know, always just a big fan of her. And you know, kind of seeing this movie, you know, I was hoping to find something a little bit more entertaining about it. I will say where it improved on the first movie is that it didn't have 20 endings. Of course, they're all like the really nice tie-ins, because the first movie did have a bunch of endings, and that really drove me nuts. I think the problem here is your movie's a little bit too long. I think it takes a little bit to get into kind of the meat of the movie. And when we did get into the meat of the movie, I was kind of bummed because I was more entertained just watching him be a Lyft driver, taking care of business, like just helping people out, doing these things, having these moments. Like, I thought some of the more interesting parts of the movie were actually him interacting with some people that he was taking on Lyft, and you know, him interacting with these people, which The Equalizer was, just helping all these people out and saving people, right? And you know, obviously this becomes this whole kind of revenge story and leads into a plot that I don't think is fairly interesting. But the action sequences that take place on top of it are pretty cool, right? Like, if you like the first Equalizer, I'd recommend seeing this movie. I think that there's something there, at least for the action beats, but I don't think there's much there to really get to memorize. You know, I think it's going to be, people are going to remember Equalizer 1 and 2 is kind of a blending thing, where like, oh, I remember this scene and this scene, I don't remember which one it was in, but yeah. Lyft got some great promotion in it, though.
I thought they did a really good job with Lyft, and I was kind of, because they really, you can tell that they were a sponsor. So they did all that, but then I thought it was weird that why did they even make her call a taxi, Susan?
Yeah, there's a few
And then
points.
At the end, when he goes to Washington D.C., or not the end, but like 30% in, why the taxi cab when it's already a Lyft commercial? So why not? I don't know.
Maybe, I mean, you know,
too much Lyft.
Too much Lyft. They don't want to be like jamming it down your throat.
They already did.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
which I was okay with.
Well, I just thought that was really interesting because it gave him an opportunity to find these situations in which he could be helpful. You know, he didn't need to be a Lyft driver, he could have been a taxi, he could have been anything in those situations, but I did like that angle, and I thought the same thing when he first hails Melissa Leo a cab. after they eat soup. You know, I was like, oh, no, it's not a lift. You know, but I get it. You know, sometimes you can't just always jam it down your throat. Or maybe they were filming that before they got full sponsorship.
Or they didn't pay enough.
Like yeah.
They're like, you paid for 10 minutes and you got your 10.
They got.
If you pay for 2 more minutes,
they got some great chunks.
$3 more million, we'll get 2 more scenes. They said no. They're like, then taxi cabs.
They didn't want it to be distracting during the serious parts of the movie, I guess, maybe. Overall, no. I think here what you have here is a movie that is familiar. I would call it almost generic. I think it's great to see Denzel in a role like this. I believe Denzel in a role like this. I mean, he's definitely believable as a badass. There's a great moment towards the end of the film where we just kind of get a look in Denzel's eyes when he's doing some heinous act, and you're just kind of like, man, I believe this dude is just vicious. But overall, it's the story that kind of falls apart for it. And, you know, I don't think. Even going off the second one, I was really hooked onto a story, and I think that was the problem with the first two.
Maybe we can get a collaboration of Liam Neeson and...
I want, like, you know, almost a versus, like both operatives on both sides, and they just gotta go at it. I think that'd be pretty cool. Even though that's like such classic, like 80s wrong way to go about it, but I mean, that's what I'd rather. I'd rather have you throw down the seriousness of all those movies that they're both in and just kind of have a lot of fun with it. The question is, who would win? I'd go with Denzel.
Well, it'd be like a Batman v Superman. They're like enemies.
But they'd be friends with
Then they have to be friends because then they have to get all the people that kidnapped Maggie Grace.
Yeah. And they're both hired by outside sources to track down John Wick.
Oh my god. Well, John Wick wins because it's like that guy. That's
and John Wick's way younger than both of them.
Yeah, it's Keanu Reeves. No.
Oh man. Anyway, we also reviewed Mamma Mia. Here we go again this week. It's right up there.
Here we go again.
Next week, another action film. 3 weeks. I don't remember what the week was before. But
Skyscraper?
Skyscraper, and then what was before that?
Before Skyscraper? Yes.
Ant-Man.
Yes.
So 4 weeks of action movies. July's been action-packed, literally.
But even though there was a Marvel film, this is the movie that I've been waiting for this whole year, I think. Oh, no, that's not true. Because
one of them, though, for sure.
But definitely Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible,
Let's
a series
go.
that has never let me down.
Let's go.
Has continued to push boundaries and get better and better.
Let's go.
I am super excited to see the return of Ethan Hunt, Agent Ethan Hunt, and as well as the entire
Michelle
gang of Mission
Monaghan,
Impossible.
Ving Rhames.
Yeah, Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Always good, yeah.
The only one that's really missing is no Jeremy Renner, no Hawkeye, because he's in house arrest apparently.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, okay, so he's in actually. I thought for a second I heard Jeremy Renner house arrest. yeah, but that I in my head I was just like I just kept thinking of Henry Cavill. I know, but I was doing the.
Let's go.
That trailer, man, gets me so jacked. And did you see
the Halo jump?
I don't know what commercial it was, but did you see that there was a commercial where it was for the movie, but it wasn't a trailer. It was an actual, like, I think an insurance trailer or an insurance commercial where the guy was Tom Cruise's stunt double. And all he does is sit around.
He's like, I'm Tom Cruise's stunt double.
But he never gets to work because Tom Cruise always does it. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped for that movie, and I'm really hoping that's going to go end the month with a bang, you know, and kind of August, we know kind of things simmer out, but I'm hoping it's a good way to end the summer season.
I can't believe how this fast as the year's going.
I know, and if you would have told me that the action-packed month of July, that my favorite movie was going to be a documentary about Whitney Houston, I would have been shocked, because that would have, I mean, granted, I was on my radar, it wouldn't be a movie that I thought would be the best. So let's see if it holds out that title next week or not.
I love it. If you want to go, just text us, comment below.
Yes, absolutely. At AMC Town Square at 10 p.m. on Thursday. Make sure you're here because it's going to be a private theater. It's going to be absolutely blast. Let's see what Ethan Hunt and his gang is doing. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
ChasingCinema.com is known as
Film Lovers website.